I won't say.
You think Tyrese Halliburton could do both sides of the ball?
He can do both sides.
He can do both. What do you think he only passes?
You won't believe me when I
Play
say
defense.
This, but he can play defense.
Tyrese Halliburton.
You won't believe me, but he can play defense.
Bro, please.
You won't believe me.
Please, come on.
In my opinion, I think he can play defense.
What kind of defense is he playing?
It's like he's not a liability. Like if you put him on an ISO,
he's not a liability.
He will actually.
He's
survive.
not a liability. He's okay. Cool.
You can't say the same with Jalen Brunson.
Oh, that's because Jalen Brunson's 6 foot, bro. Give Jalen Brunson 4 more inches. He's not a liability.
Oh, now we're talking about giving people inches.
Lovely juggling. Testing. Actually, I should probably sit closer. It's better. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Loud and clear.
Hello.
Hi. Yo.
You are soft spoken today.
I told you, fam.
Hello.
Zero.
Yeah.
Alright, let's jump in. Let's try some of these snacks. So, is the feta and herb gone already?
That's in the bag. I can grab the feta and herb.
Yeah, I want him to try it.
You can grab the one chicken as well, Robin.
You might see we've got a little special guest. Our bro from across the seas is back again.
What's happening?
Welcome, fellas. Come on.
What's happening?
Come on. He says that English snacks suck, so we're just gonna do a quick little mukbang.
Yeah, bro.
As you know, Elias is back, so you know we've got a lovely array of goodies to dive into for today. The carrot sticks are max.
If I can get a towel.
Yeah.
No way, bro.
He has to try. Let's see what his reaction is.
Who tried it?
Feta and a herb. I don't think it's. I mean, personally, I wouldn't eat it. It's supposedly cheese and what else? I don't know. You said cheese and
What is in there?
Herb.
Try cheese and herbs.
It's a different type of cheese, though.
But it's like someone just put cottage cheese in it. Just wrapped it with bread. That's so simple. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. That's what I said. I don't. Those kind of dry cheese snacks. It's not for me.
The tomato and mozzarella.
Tomato and mozzarella.
That one?
Yeah.
If you want some water to clear your palate, there you go.
I need that.
There you go.
It's like pub snacks.
This is better.
Really?
But it's like pepperoni-ish.
Really? Is there meat in there? Yeah. See, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for a meat snack.
There is
no
one with
snacks.
meat in it, though. That's like
But
that.
these are cold, no?
They're all ready to eat.
This is like, it feels like a meat pie kind of vibrance.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like meat pie. That might be a hot take, but I don't like meat pie. I don't like cold chicken either. So I don't know why I'm eating this.
It's not bad. It can grow on me.
It can grow on you?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll try one. I'll see what you're saying.
Let me get a popcorn.
We can just move. I think maybe we should just move the table more central.
Yeah.
There we go. But yeah, guys, how's everybody? We missed a week. Sorry, guys. I feel like I should apologize. Actually, no, I shouldn't. It's not my fault. But
I think.
Huh?
Nothing.
You know, it was eventful. It was eventful for some of us. We had big milestones. You know.
He's married now, guys.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Didn't get an invite, but it's cool.
I'll let the bride know. You know, some of us are recovering from illness, so it's all right. Others of us, I don't even know what he was doing.
I was where he was at.
Zero. All right, let's get into it. Roll call. Who we got today?
Elias.
Robin.
Palumi.
Muiwa. I'm wearing the hoop. Yes, guys. So you know what it is, man. It's playoff season. We're coming to an end. We're on the final bout, as it may be, the finals. Today is June 5th, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So today is going to be game one. We are actually going to go and watch it after we record today. We're going to give you guys our live reactions on the TikTok. So catch us there. Well, this is already late, so you've already seen us in the future. But we had the conference finals wind down to an end. I don't know if I can say very surprising, but interesting conclusions. I want to start with Minnesota and the Thunder. I was in the comments of the post game of like Anthony Edwards, and there was a lot of fans. I think fans are slowly going to start to dislike Ant. Reason being, I don't know if his persona comes across like he respects the league. When I say that, I mean in terms of he's got to the conference finals in 2 years in a row, back to back, right? And there's this, from his perspective, there's this understanding of this feeling of like, I'm gonna be back. And I think everybody else is kind of like to him. Everybody else, from what I read in the comments, it kind of feels of like, slow down, take your time, and even evaluating.
Really?
Yeah.
No, but there was something he said. Like there was a specific comment he said. I don't know what it was. It was like, I don't know if it was I'll be back or something. Like someone asked him like, how do you feel about losing for the second time in a row? But
And it was like he didn't feel bad. Like he said,
he said he didn't feel bad.
Yeah. Like he's excited about like what's to come.
Exactly.
The future,
And I think people got upset about that
Exactly.
because him, like, he plays kind of like MJ in terms of athleticness, like certain forms, like certain moves he does, you can see it. And like a lot of people see him in that baby Michael
Bro,
form.
yeah.
And baby Michael, like, if he was in that situation, he'd be pissed. Like, I think a lot of people want him to be more hungry than he is.
That's the thing I don't understand, because I feel like this year, I don't know. From my perspective, I think his play style kind of used to reflect kind of like that animal, hungry, kind of go-get kind of style with him kind of always driving to the rim, always attacking. But now with him shooting more, it was like it was diversifying it, which I think is, like I said a couple episodes ago, I'm actually happy with him shooting the free. I am. But I think the thing that makes him like unique, or the thing that makes him like different than any other shooting guard in the league, is the athleticism, like you mentioned, like his ability to get into the paint and do whatever he wants. That's a separator. But I don't know. I think I don't wish bad fortune on him, but I feel like he needs to be humbled to some degree.
But Love Boy's a killer though. So like mindset wise, he's supposed to be a killer. Like he doesn't actually like feel like he has to give it out to people. He wants to reserve himself.
I hear it.
And then show it off on the court. Like that's his personality, I would say.
Really?
But like people feel like he has to have this killer mindset, like shown to them. I don't feel like he needs to do that.
But we know he's a killer on the court because we see him talking and like
right.
we know he has the ego. But I think losing the conference final should hurt. Like it should visibly on your face. It should mean something. Because when I watched it, and I was looking at him and Mike Conley looked sad, like the world was coming to an end type of thing.
Oh.
I know Mike Conley's significant in his career, but we have to like losing hurts, bro. We heard what Giannis said a couple of years ago about what losing like and like what failure is. Do you know what I mean? So we can't now just act as if like this reaction is normal.
Wait, well let me give you a secret though.
Okay.
How many NBA players have lost a series and are like crying, sad? What do you tend to see? Like as in like on the
podium.
On the podium. They're always let me not say it, but they're always like dicks.
Okay.
They're actually the meanest people ever.
Okay, after
So like I don't expect him to be like, because he's also young. He doesn't want to show that side of him.
Yeah.
Fair.
So like that's why I think.
But I think there's.
I hear it, but I think that one picture of him sitting right next to Mike Conley. Mike Conley is like.
Mike Conley looks like.
Mike Conley knows that he probably won't get another chance.
Yeah.
Bro is there thinking, yeah, we go and get him next year.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's the problem. Like, there has to be a certain level of like, you gotta like, I might be here next year, but my team. There has to be a love of that as well. There's a respect there. That
Because I don't know if it's promised. Do you know what I mean? Like, even the way that this season went, a lot of injuries.
A lot of teams are going to come back next season.
Do you know what I mean? Like, New Orleans might finally get it together.
Giannis might come to the West.
There you go. Dallas is going to be a problem. Do you know what I mean? So there's loads of things up in the air that you can just. The expectation. I'm happy that he has the confidence of like he believes in himself that he can get there again. But even the way they got there this year,
it was a
some
tough
people
road,
might
man.
say,
I
I don't know. Really, was it? Because they beat the Lakers. Then who
it was easy though. Lakers was easy.
The Lakers was easy.
I don't make sense.
And then they played
Warriors.
the Warriors. Warriors is injuries again. So it's like, truthfully,
how you gonna know if you're gonna get that?
how
next
do you
year?
know exactly?
Yeah.
Exactly. Like they had kind of an easy-ish. Yeah, that Warriors.
Yeah, no, but like, let's go like.
I like Warriors. Go on.
It was questionable, but like they did it last year as well.
Yeah.
Where they took out Jokic. They took out. Who else did they take out? Was it OKC?
No,
No, it was Dallas. No, sorry, they lost to
Dallas.
Dallas.
They
They
lost
lost
to
to
Dallas.
Dallas.
The Suns.
Yeah, the Suns.
And then the Nuggets, and then
Like those,
And the Nuggets was close.
exactly.
Yeah.
But those, if they took the,
And that wasn't a great Nuggets team. Let's be honest. It wasn't
no,
a
what do
great
you
Nuggets
mean?
team.
What do you mean that wasn't a great Nuggets?
It wasn't a great
It
Nuggets
was
team.
still, it was still a similar championship team.
No,
to when
man, they had no
won
Bruce
the chip.
Brown, no Jeff Green. It's not open. Okay, but
They still had
continue.
the core though.
Was that Russ's first year?
No, this was Russell's first year.
Shit.
This was Russell's.
Really?
But yeah, go on.
Clippers.
Go on.
No,
I
but
hear it.
it's like, bro, like I feel like Ant knows that he can get to, you know, where he can get to, which is around the conference finals at this point. Like he should be a bit more hungrier for a ring if he wants to be an all-time great. But he's already like on chart to be like
He is.
someone big, Hall of
He is.
Famer.
I'm trying to think about. Okay, how did Jason Tatum feel when he lost in the conference finals when he was young? That's what I'm trying to think. I don't remember. Maybe I shouldn't compare him.
You talking about all those times he lost to Braun?
Yeah. He didn't have to say it like that, but okay. Okay.
That's where it was though.
Okay, yeah. All right, whatever. But I don't know. There's question marks. There's question marks.
He probably already saw. I was like, yeah, like he's gonna.
He also,
Like, it's
this
Braun.
year he also did lose to the best team. It's not like he just.
Yeah, but I think people thought the series was going to be closer between them and OKC. And I think the way that they kind of, the Julius Randle that we were seeing in the first 2 rounds, he never showed up.
Bro.
He never showed
had
up.
One game, didn't he?
Yeah, he had one
Randle.
game. I think it was the first half of the first game that he also played very well.
Yeah.
And then since then, I think he had flashes and spurts, but they really took him away.
Yeah.
They really took him away, and I don't know whether or not it's a thing of like, okay, are people? This is what I want. I want everybody to finally look at OKC and be like, you know what? That's the real deal. Like what we're dealing with over there is the real deal. They're not playing games. Yes, they're young, but they're very well coached. They understand the scheme. Their offense makes sense. The hierarchy is clear, and they just hoop. They just hoop.
Yeah.
People can say what they want about fouls. People can say what, but at the end of the day, you have to go and beat this team, bro. And it's whether or not it's the refs. You want to say it's the refs. We want like. They make it tough on you, bro. They've shown us that they can win in the mirror. Like you take Trey away, they're still like Jalen Williams is matured now that they can win. Chet is also maturing.
No, but they can't win this chip without shit, you know.
Yeah. It's the finals. It's the finals. You can't win without your best player. 100%. It's the finals.
It's like taking JT away from the Celtics.
Yeah, of course.
The only reason why I'm scared of OKC is because of what Ant said about OKC. Remember when he said that like they're all play like they're on one string?
Yeah.
Bro, when a player says that, like
The connectivity is serious.
yeah,
It's serious, yeah. And you see, like I was watching Mind the Game today. I'm not gonna get into the technical stuff because some of it I didn't understand. But like the way that LeBron and Steve Nash were kind of breaking it down, and like even the clips they were showing.
Was it the one with Luca?
No. They released one.
the one after.
Yeah, they released one like earlier today, and it was just the attention to the detail because they were talking about like defensive rotations and like how they're so active and like. I think that's what Ant meant in terms of being on the string, in terms of like one player might move to action and another guy's already covering for him, and it's like they don't get mixed up. The communication between them is seamless, and it's a problem. It's a problem because they have loads of guys that have I feel like very similar skill sets, but they all kind of complement each other. Very very similar to the Pacers actually in a lot of ways in terms of anybody they put on the court can shoot, drive, pass. Like fun, and they can all sit down in the chair. Do you know what I mean? They might not be the most. The Pacers defensively is a question mark, but for OKC, everybody has that dog in them. You know what I mean? So, I think we're in for a wild ride. That's personally my belief. But what would you guys take away from that conference finals matchup?
Yeah, man. Like talking about like Indiana, the reason why they're literally underdogs even when the game even keeps going.
Exactly.
Like it's so weird to me. It's like how can a team be underdogs? Not only outside of the rankings, but actually during the game, like that is crazy, bro. Like you think like it's like one of those scenes where like you think you have them wrapped, and then all of a sudden they're like chipping and
They
chipping.
never go away.
Yeah, bro.
They absolutely never.
No, and you can't say about defense too tough because they held down the Knicks. That's a hard team to defend with the 5 that they have.
Do you know what? Yeah, I hear it. They have. I don't think they're a good defensive team. I'll be honest. I don't think they're good.
They've got good defensive players.
Yeah, they're not a good.
Miles
because
Turner.
every game that they play in, the score is going to 120. That's not a good defensive team, bro. If the score is touching 120 regularly, I can't tell you that's a good team. Or like even 110. It's not. It's not. They can score in bunches.
But that's the playoffs though. Like, cause
no, it's not, bro. In the playoffs, the
there's
score
certain
change.
games that there was like the scores were like 80, 90.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it's meant to be, bro. That's what it's meant to
But
be.
that was in the same series. That was against the Knicks. I don't think.
But it's go on.
I feel like
They have bad nights when they miss shots. It happens. I don't think it's their defense that's really doing all of that work. Personally, that's what I believe. I believe. Like Neesmith is a good defender. Nimhard is a good defender. Miles Turner is a good defender.
Miles Turner is a great defender.
Pascal, I feel like should be a better defender than maybe what this team allows him to be.
Pascal tries sometimes.
Because on Toronto team, when he was with Kawhi and them, man, he understood his job, and he was a serious problem. So I don't understand, like, I don't understand what's going on there. But you know, I won't put too much pressure on him because you know they're in the finals, so they've made it here. But
that's the difference, though. OKC and this team, OKC, all of them can defend. I've never seen that in my life. Like, there's no holes.
None.
But Indiana, they have holes.
Yeah.
So it's like, if they know how to pry on those holes, they might be in trouble.
Yeah, that could be a weakness.
The thing is, OKC as well, if they have a better offensive power against OKC might be in trouble. Like, that's just how I see it.
It's shaping up to be like the ultimate defense versus the ultimate offense, right? Now. That's what kind of what it's shaping up to be.
But you can't call the Pacers the ultimate offense, though.
Why not?
I wouldn't say that. I don't think that's like if you look at matchup to matchup for that team.
But I don't think it's. Reason why I would say is because it's not about the matchups as opposed to how they play. So we were speaking a couple of weeks ago about like why I don't think Halliburton's a superstar because he doesn't have. He doesn't.
I hope you were proved wrong though.
No, I still don't believe he's a superstar. Who won the MVP? Who won the MVP? Spicy P now? Spicy P now?
One vote.
Spicy P won though. So one person saw what I saw. Anyway.
Arguably that could have gone to
Jaylen Brown for than Tatum.
Don't ever in your life. Don't ever in your life do that. This is a different logic. This is a different logic. That's not.
Finals MVP. He's a bigger MVP trophy.
Exactly, like
Finals MVP.
Don't do that. Don't flip the script on me. I'm on something anyway. So what was I saying now? Halliburton, yes. The way that the team plays, they get the best out of every single person on their team on offense. A lot of other teams' offense, it might predominantly revolve around one or two players. Not everybody's able to show their best.
The Lakers, the
Lakers are an example of that. Do you know what I mean? Where no matter who's on the floor, all five players are going to have an opportunity to shine and show out on offense. They're going to get the ball, they're going to touch the ball, they're going to and I think that's when I say ultimate offense in terms of the way the ball moves, everybody's always involved, everybody gets touches. So nobody dominates the ball. Do you know what I mean? So you won't see many games where Halliburton has 25 plus shots in a game. You just won't see that. Do you know what I mean? Where everything is evenly distributed as much as possible. I haven't checked the stats, so I
think that's rare from Hali. That's
what I'm saying. Yeah, because everybody's, and that's what I mean by like you never know who's it going to be on any given night. And I think that's as an opposing team looking at that. Okay, cool. You want to shut off the tap for this player. You want to shut off the tap for that player. But then we saw with the Knicks what happened. Like, okay, Nimhard, like they might have put more pressure on Halliburton and Pascal one game. Aaron Neesmith went off. Then the next game, they forget about Pascal. Pascal goes off. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like there's never a player that comes on the court that you can kind of switch your brain off. Anybody can punish you.
Like I hear you on he's like overrated.
I didn't say overrated. I said he's not a superstar. I didn't say he's overrated.
I don't think he's
not overrated. I don't think he's overrated.
I think he's underrated. Genuinely,
superstar.
Okay, like just right.
Really, you think he's just right?
I hear you, but at the end of the day, you need the ball in his hands.
You do need the ball in his hands. 100%. You need the ball in his hands.
For anything to go right, you need the ball in his hands.
That's true.
So for me, I think anybody that you need the ball in their hands is a superstar. That's how I view it.
Alright, that's a fair point. But that okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
If you're gonna tell me on my team for our offense to work, or point guard obviously, but every possession,
it has to
for everything to run, you need, bro. He's a superstar.
And like you saying, pass first, he's a pass. You can't put Chris Paul in that team and get the same result.
No, you can't because Chris Paul does it slightly differently. Chris Paul's are more of like a traditional point guard in terms of like a lot of things I've been hearing is that like Halliburton does this throw ahead thing. Like he always throws the ball ahead of himself, always like getting the action started as soon as possible. Where Chris Paul potentially like he's more of like a half court general where like he'll have to bring the half court. He's directing traffic, telling guys where to go, and that's how he's moving it. You know what I mean? Where Halliburton kind of like sends the ball early, you guys figure it out. I'll come up and then I'll also get you guys in position as well. Like he maximizes everybody every single time. When Chris Paul usually he'll maximize his big. Every big he ever had has always done well. That's why DeAndre Jordan was All-Star. Clint Capella for a little while done that. Every big he's ever had has done a great
And
job.
you're adding to the argument why he could be a superstar. Why he is a superstar.
I'm still gonna stay where I'm staying. I want to see more from him.
I hear
I'm
you,
not
though.
satisfied yet. I want to see more from him in this finals. I want him to have some defining moments. You know what I mean? Like he almost had it in the Garden Abbey Road. The choke was cool. It was cool and all.
I think he's had a few playoffs.
Can't believe that was
Like-
like, you, man.
That first two, what was it, Cavaliers games?
Yeah.
That was insane. I can't lie.
Yeah, he was doing this thing. I'll be real. The step back three, he was doing this thing. I'll be real. He was.
Back to back games.
on
That
your
was
as
insane.
well.
I hear you. But I don't know. I need to feel something off of him. Like when I see it, I need to feel something that, you know what, cool, he's a superstar. Do you know what I mean? I've come to admit that, cool, Anthony Edwards, I can give him.
No, but that's not his
I can
playing
give him
style,
small-
though.
I'm not saying the play. I just the aura that I need to feel as I watch him on
You
the
want to hear
screen.
Mike Bree say bang?
Yeah, maybe.
He said that before for him, though.
But he's just so maybe he's just unorthodox. I don't know. I'm
That's
not even a
it.
hater.
That's it. Because even the way he shoots is so.
Everything about him, the way his body looks on the court, everything is unorthodox.
It's just his mannerisms. On the court.
Yeah.
It's just off.
It's off.
Yeah,
It's off. Everything is
feel
off
that.
with him.
I
But it's
feel that.
effective.
Yeah.
Because like for him to have, you know, he's a star. He's a star. And there's a reason they picked him for the Olympic team. He's a star. He's a star. Because I'm thinking about the 0 turnovers. And that's tough. Do you know what I mean? I think he had 21-15 or something and 0 turnovers. That's tough.
That is tough.
I think he's very efficient with the ball, though. I'll say. Like,
He is.
probably like one of the best I've seen.
Yeah. Especially like a lot of the guys that came into the league in recent years, all of them were very much so score. Other than maybe Trey, like that usually like they could do some other things, but scoring was their bread and butter. Trey was the only one I could say could score and pass. But him, Halliburton, scoring wise, I don't know if he's elite like some of the others. Yes, he's had moments, cool.
You can get a bucket.
You can get a bucket. But the thing that's the separator for him, that brain of his and his ability to pass, that's the thing I feel like, you know what?
But yo, I can't lie though. The Knicks should have done better.
Yeah.
They only won one game, right?
They only. It was
won
two.
two
games?
Yeah, finishing game.
They won 2 games.
One of
They
them was
should
just
have done
because of Cat.
They should have done better for sure.
Yeah, that
for
fourth
sure.
quarter.
That fourth quarter Cat, like that would like they would have been swept.
Like
if it wasn't for
what the first game they were up and then
Yeah, first and second game they were up.
like should have done better, man. Like I feel like they should. Actually, to be honest, I would rather the Pacers in the finals than them. I can't lie.
Why?
to be the same.
That would be a clean sweep, bro. for OKC.
Really?
Yeah, bro. What? Okay,
And they would've
sorry.
destroyed- they would've destroyed
New York's
Cat.
big,
I
They
agree.
would have
trash,
destroyed Cat. Yeah.
Cat, trash.
They would have
Like,
destroyed
I
Cat.
agree.
hey, bro,
They would have destroyed
nah.
Cat. They would have destroyed
They're more offensive than defensive, and then Mikal Bridges and OG and Judge Hart kind of picks it up for everything else. So it's like, bro,
I think, I don't know. With the Knicks, yeah, they let themselves down. Losing those 2 games at home, they put themselves in a grave. And
yeah,
they were trying to climb out of that. Like, it's the same thing that happened with Cleveland. They put themselves in a grave. And Donovan tried by himself, but they had injuries, of course, and whatever. But
that was crazy though.
2 teams, they went up. They won both games.
Yeah.
It's a madness. It's
That's
a madness. Like, their
crazy.
resolve, that's one thing about the Pacers. Like, once they start going,
That's why
If you don't get
I see them
stops-
stealing games. Like,
if you don't get stops, it's over because they can score in bunches. And then when the avalanche comes, it's
Yeah,
Obi Toppin
it's
dunking.
actually-
It's guys come from the corner.
Naismith.
Yeah, all of that. It just happens all at once. And 1 second the score was like this, next second it's gone. But for the Knicks, I think this year is a disappointment. It's a disappointment.
That's
I don't
why
even understand.
they fired Tibbs.
That I think is even crazy as well.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know.
Don't you think that was needed though?
I don't know if you know if it's his fault.
No, I feel like they fired him basically because of
The media,
the result of
the series.
the series. I promise you, because of the fact that Indiana kept creeping back. Like he felt like the Knicks got it, and then they kept. It's like a disappointment in that manner. So I feel like that's the reason why.
But
And he
isn't that?
probably knew his job was on the
But I
line.
don't know. I don't know if that's his fault though. I don't know if the way that like, if it happened is like I feel like he in a lot of ways. So what I've been hearing from a lot of guys is that Jalen Brunson was part of the problem in terms of why they lost.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Reason being because when Jalen Brunson was out sitting on the bench, you saw the way that the team operated and like
Yeah.
everybody got involved, everybody was eating,
Yeah,
and like so
bro.
what you were saying about Jalen Brunson not being a pass first point guard, my bad. I put my hand up. Okay, cool. Maybe maybe he's not a pass first point guard. My bad.
That was a crazy take. You know?
It wasn't because I remember from Dallas, he was passing the ball, he was moving the ball around.
When he came into the league, bro, and he was trying to make brownie points.
The reason why they don't succeed is because he holds the ball 17 out of 24 seconds in the shot clock.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy.
Like that is crazy.
It is, especially because OG and Mikal Bridges are very capable.
Yeah,
like offensively they're very capable. Like they can each average like 15 points a game, very comfortably. So I put some of that on Jalen Brunson. Maybe because of how great he can close games, I think is that when he's holding the ball for 17 seconds, maybe in the fourth, maybe towards the end of the game, he can do that when the game slows down.
Right.
But in the beginning, for the whole game, I don't necessarily know if it's the best. I think his 2-man game with Cat, it had its peaks and troughs. I don't think it was ever deadly. Do you know what I mean? I don't think like in terms of like a 2-man combination of like you see Murray with Jokic, that level of
they didn't use it as well as they should have. Like.
I don't know. Maybe their games aren't as complementary maybe as one would might have thought.
Did you see many pick and rolls from Cat and Jalen Brunson that series?
Not too many, you know. I saw a few
I
here
feel like
and there.
it was like a last minute go to, boom.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a set up play.
It wasn't. Yes, it wasn't consistent. I think in terms of why Tibbs also could have got fired, I think he also didn't go to Cat a lot in moments. Like there was moments in games where Cat was just very passive.
Yeah, we saw there's only one quarter really.
Yeah,
that became Cat's quarter,
and it's like throughout the season, like he was having people like he was fifth in MVP voting at one stage of the career. Like he was having the reason he got the Bodega Cat was because he was doing the big Bodega. He was really doing things. Do you know what I mean? So for all of a sudden,
you added the zesty things.
Was that what they called him? Anyway, so he was doing things, and all of a sudden now, but I don't know if that's a Cat issue or a coaching issue, because even in Minnesota, I feel like Cat was inconsistent in terms of like his aggression. Do you know what I mean? That was the same issue with Andrew Wiggins, that they both had like they had this like Jimmy Butler said, yeah, these guys are because there was always a pick and choose as to how hard you're going to play. And I'll be honest, Cat is effective. He is effective. But that's the same reason why I think somebody asked me, like, who's the second best player in the series? Or no. Yeah, who's the second best player in the series? And I said Pascal, because I think Pascal is better than Cat. And I think I was proven right. Because somebody has silverware and somebody doesn't. And I'm going to live with that.
Silverware is crazy.
He does have silverware.
No, but the thing is, Cat has the ability, though. Because there were certain games, like, the only reason the Pacers didn't sweep the Knicks was because of the Cat. Or one or two situations.
The thing is, what do you always tell me? It's not about your ability. It's what do you actually do?
Of course.
What do you actually do on the court?
Of course.
That's what matters at the end of the day. And if you're not going to do it consistently...
Maybe you should question that on a Tuesday night as well.
Was he told to do it consistently, though?
I don't think... Do I have to tell you in the playoffs, though?
Yeah, you don't. That's true.
Do I have to tell you... Like, with the greatest stakes on the line, do I have to tell you? Whereas, like, you're going to play for the thing that you've been dying for your whole life as a kid. Like, you've been dreaming of holding a Larry O'Brien. Should somebody have to motivate you to go get that? I don't think so. I don't think so, bro.
I feel like the pain...
I won't doubt his effort because he played with injury. Like, he played for an injury. Like, he did have something going on with his knees. So, fair enough. I don't know how much that hindered him because you said in flashes. So, but, sorry. You were going to say.
Yeah, I think you're right. And, like, inevitably, the Pacers wanted it more. That's why they came out of that. Because genuinely, like, and the team play that they perform, it overweighs Jalen Brunson and Cat's.
For sure. It did. It's the difference between like relying on two people as opposed to winning as a team. Yeah. That's what we saw.
They're just not effective because you can rely on two people. You've seen that in the Mavs. You can rely on two people.
Depends how good those.
You've seen that in the Cavs.
Depends how good those two people are.
They're not that effective.
It depends how good those two people are. And I think, I like Jalen Brunson. I'm not gonna put on him. I ain't gonna put on Jalen Brunson. But what I will ask you guys is, what's next for the Knicks then? Looking at next year, you fire your head coach. Do you look to get more new pieces in?
I'm hearing that KD's on the radar for them.
Like, as in like KD for like Cat, right? Is that what you heard?
KD for Cat.
Probably.
And unite Devin Booker and Cat finally.
That's what I heard.
What kind of league are we?
See them on the trade deadline.
Why?
That would be so stupid.
They're at a good age-wise. Their roster makes sense. Like everybody's around similar ages. They can progress with each other nicely.
As well.
Yeah, like Jalen Brunson took less, so you can go sign his buddy. Like why? What? Okay, so maybe KD. Okay, cool. I don't. Does that move the needle if they get KD with Jalen Brunson? Does that do much for them in the East?
That would ruin KD's career,
Why?
in my opinion.
Why? KD's still better than Jalen Brunson even
I
now.
think also KD has no choice on where he goes anyway. So
Wherever they, Are the Suns really shopping him around like this?
Yeah, they definitely don't want him
they
back.
don't want him, no.
Definitely, it's not going back next year. I don't think so.
He will be moved before the draft.
Yeah.
They're saying.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But like to me, I think KD's gonna succeed wherever it goes.
How is
I
KD
don't
the
think he's
issue?
actually,
How is he the problem in Phoenix? They signed Bradley Beal for what?
It's the whole like protecting your team, as in like because the way he talks about them. That's what I feel.
I hear it, but
Because KD just be running his mouth sometimes. So.
he does. But he has. I feel like KD has earned the right to. Like Devin Booker didn't have a good year. Bradley Beal had a horrible year. Do you know what I mean? He was the only guy that I really saw that, and he was injured for a little bit. Like he was the only guy I saw on that team that was like actually making some sense. So send him out east though. Send him to an East Coast team. The Raptors could. Pair him up with the Raptors. Let him play with RJ Barrett and them, man, bro.
Him and Giannis.
No, not him and Giannis. I don't want to. That would make me upset. Because that league will be on. The league will be peak. If him and Giannis team up, it'll be It'll be peak, bro. It'll be peak.
Yo, pin this. If that happens, pin this, bro.
That would be sad. That would be sad. But I think for the Knicks, I don't know if they can get a better bench or maybe just a coach that trusts their bench more. Because I feel like PJ Tucker didn't play. I think they signed him. I don't think he played any minutes. Maybe garbage time. He's usually a playoff riser.
Bro, I don't think he's played in a year.
I haven't seen him play since
Like,
he had nice shoes on. I know his shoe collection more than his game.
But I'm saying like somebody that like guys usually reach for in the bench on playoff games. He didn't really do anything. They got Landry Shamet, another old vet. He's not. I don't know how old Landry Shamet is. So there's like you said, money wise, they've got some flexibility. So I like what they saw for Mitchell Robinson. I think Mitchell Robinson
He stepped up.
he stepped up in a major way. Like this playoffs, like what I expected from him coming back from injury, I saw it. I was like, you know what? Yeah, it makes sense. And I think they need to work on the double big lineup. I do, but I think there's a way that Cat shouldn't be playing the 5. I don't think Cat is a 5. I don't think Cat should be playing the 5.
There's a reason why they shipped him out from Minnesota because he couldn't play with Gobert and he can play as a 5. So,
but they had very good defense though, like with him and Gobert. They had so he can work as a 4. He can work as a 4. But speaking about Minnesota, they have a couple guys up for contract as well. I think Nikhil Alexander Walker is up. I think Naj Reid is also up.
Yep.
Picking up Naz Reid would be incredible.
Like anybody who does that.
That guy.
But yeah, I think it's going to be it's going to cost you a pretty penny. How many guys you want on the Mavs, bro? There's only so many men that can be on your roster, bro.
Bro, stop it, please.
Really? The Warriors are the best ones to get. For what? What are they going to give for Naz Reid?
Money.
Oh, fair.
Yo, I think the Warriors are done.
I think the Warriors are done.
You think the Warriors?
I think they're actually done, bro. They're done right here. They're done.
By the underdog.
Like the dynasty is over. Everything's done.
You ain't seeing another ring.
It's done, bro. It's done.
Hey, as long as
sorry, Warriors fan.
As long as 30's in the Bay, anything is possible.
Yeah, as long as 30's in the Bay.
But 30 can't keep playing no more.
Exactly.
Yes, he can.
As long as 30's in the Bay,
he can only play
you
for
see him in the play-in.
30 till 40.
30 can play as long as he needs to play, bro.
30 only plays for 30 minutes in 30 games.
You will see
Hit a free.
Listen,
You can stand in the corner for all that.
because that is there, you'll see him in the play-ins, clinching a playoff. And from there, like, we'll see where it goes. But it takes more than just that, bro.
Give him a full year of Jimmy Butler. Maybe we don't get rid of Jonathan Kuminga. Maybe that'll be the thing that gets them Naz Reid. Maybe they'll get if they can get Sabonis, that'll be amazing. I know that's probably impossible, but if they can get Sabonis, that'll be nice.
One can wish.
He needs a Miles Turner type of player.
Sabonis?
No,
Steph Curry,
yeah. Like if he wants to really get another ring, he needs a Miles Turner type of player. Like someone that can do both.
Inside and outside.
Yeah.
A JaVale McGee.
That's crazy.
I'm not fan of that. But
yeah, bro.
I guess we're here, man. We're here, guys. The finals.
The finals.
The beginning of the year, I thought the Pacers were not going to make. Actually, no. I thought they would make the playoffs. I don't think they'll be here though. I thought there was a fluke team. Still underdogs. We have OKC front runners. Actually, no, not front runners. Rightfully in their position, they're not front runners.
Wow.
Why are you saying wow?
Do you know what the odds are for the Pacers to win this?
What's the odds?
I think it's like 16-1 or something along those lines.
That's crazy.
Someone said that to me earlier today. I don't know if it's 16 or 16-4 or something. I don't know.
Well, I think every team that's ever counted them out, they're no longer in the playoffs. So if I'm the odd makers, that's good for whoever wants to bet. But if I'm in the OKC bench or locker room rather, I'm gonna lock him because they're coming. They're coming for real. So, what are you guys' thoughts about the matchup? What do you guys see? What are you guys looking into it? How do you think it's gonna go?
I can't
Not necessarily your predictions, but like,
you wanna go first or you want?
I'll go first, I guess. I mean, no, actually go first. Go first. There's a couple things I need to figure.
Honestly, I think this first game is gonna be neck and neck because I feel like Siakam and Halliburton are gonna go like insane.
Okay.
First game.
Okay.
Just to try to prove a point because they're underdogs. That's what every underdog does. But I feel like OKC is gonna eventually figure it out in the last quarter and pull it off.
Okay.
And then for the rest of the series, that's how it's gonna look like.
Okay.
Only because I know like if OKC can use a guard to guard Jokic and like figure out things by doing that, I think they can figure out anything.
True.
At this point.
Fair.
And like if you look at it, like all their guards can guard the most impossible things.
Yeah.
It's actually insane.
It's true. It's true. They've been playing out of position all
So
year
it's
long.
like I won't be surprised if Lou Dort stops Siakam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Your philosophy is funny though.
The doors.
Because they locked up Jokic with a guard.
Yeah, crucial.
Yeah,
Short body, bro.
But I'll be honest, the real thing that stopped Jokic was that double big lineup. Hartenstein and Chet.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, that's a nightmare. That's a nightmare that you don't want to face in the post.
I can't lie.
That length paired with the size is just it's a problem. It's a problem. But go on.
No, I think it's like I'm just trying to think like who is Siakam gonna guard Chet?
He probably will. He probably will a little bit.
Who's Miles Turner gonna guard?
Hartenstein. That means actually no.
Like think about matchups.
It's a bit tricky because Chet has the shooting, but then Miles. I think Siakam will guard Chet. Miles Turner will guard Hartenstein. Just because I think physically, if Siakam's on Hartenstein, he's gonna get bullied. That's what I think. I think he's just gonna get bullied. That's what I think. But I think the real issue is gonna be more so who's guarding Jalen Williams. I think that's going to be more the issue because somebody has to guard Shea.
I think what's going to happen is Canadian on Canadian, so it's going to be Nemhard and Shea because they have beef. Right
They have beef?
Yeah, bro. If I'm Canadian, because I'm Canadian,
yes.
But if I'm going to match up in a different country, there's another Canadian, bro, I'm going to be guarding that. There's no way I'm going to let another person guard him. Yeah, trust me. I know. That's why his brother was guarding. His brother, he's playing a lot, bro, because he was like,
the kid was balling out of his mind, bro.
Right. So it's like, Nemhard definitely is going to show up and be like, yo, this kid is not going to get past me, bro. I think Naismith is going to guard Jalen Williams.
Okay.
That's what I think is gonna happen.
It would be smarter than that in the playoffs though. In the finals, I would think that you have to take. There's no more like ego aside. Don't make stupid decisions. Like this has to be tactical if they want to win.
I hear you, but you'd be surprised, bro. You'd be surprised. People's ego show up in the craziest of places.
That's true.
I mean, if it does,
especially when you're so desperate to win.
It could be. But I feel like Naismith is probably better to guard Shea than Williams is because Shea is so tricky. I don't know. We need to see. I need to see it happen. But the last time
is Naismith's defense going to be allowed though on Shea?
Yeah. Well, we saw Jaden McDaniels. Jaden McDaniels managed after the first game. He managed to stay in the game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is like right now you have a lot of film on guarding Shea, different ways it works, and it's like when you hop in it too, you're like after the first game. First quarter, second quarter, you're like learning, and they have a great coach.
They do. Rick Carlisle is a real guy.
So
there's a way. There's definitely like. I'm hoping that this series is a long one. I'm hoping it goes 7.
Yes.
I think it has the potential to go 7. Genuinely, I know a lot of people may not necessarily know all the names in this series, but I would say it's definitely one to watch.
Yes, it is.
Like I think there's going to be a lot of like we've got 2 young teams that have very exciting components, and anything could go off. Like we could get an Isaiah Joe game where he hits 6 threes and then we're just going like we don't know what's happening. So, but Halliburton, there's he can't go missing. Because in the Knicks series, there was a game he went missing. He can't afford to go missing at any point during this. Because if he goes missing, then they're gonna beat the brakes off of them. That's what I know for, because one thing OKC I know they're gonna come with is effort. Because defense is all effort, as everybody always tells me, and they don't take nights off defensively. So if Halliburton isn't playing up to his staff, they're gonna suffer.
True. I feel like overall, I think that OKC are gonna win it, depending on how unguardable Shea is gonna be. That's all it is. How unguardable he can be in that series. But who I'm rooting for is the Pacers.
Yeah, I do too. By the way, sorry, I didn't say that. But
why?
Because they won the entire NBA show.
Yeah, bro.
I want them to lose, bro.
You want OKC to lose?
Yeah, bro.
You guys are just
they only
man.
lost like how many games this season?
Bro.
Like, I can count on my fingers.
Yeah, I feel like maybe like
Yeah.
they lost some. Yeah, I think they won like 60, 63, 68 games, something like that.
68.
Yeah, they won 68 games. Yeah.
They actually barely lost. Like, I hate teams like that.
Guys are just haters, man.
So, bro, like,
Guys are just
like,
haters.
yeah, like, honestly, I want it to be a good series, but I want it to be like hard fought. I want it to be like easy for them.
I don't think it's going to be easy for them. They haven't had an easy journey here. They've had a harder route.
That makes it even better.
Have they had a harder route than the Pacers? I don't know if they've had a harder route than the Pacers, but the Pacers' opponents fell apart. The Pacers, OKC's opponents, or the first round, they took care of business. So I don't even remember who they faced.
Jar, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, the Grizzlies.
Ninja Jar.
Yeah, the Grizzlies. Yeah, and Jar was there saying, "Oh, we could have done." Yeah, no. You guys rest.
No, bro.
And then they went to the Nuggets was legit. You know, the Nuggets was tough. And
That was a good series. Actually.
yeah, so they're tested. They're well tested. You know what I mean? They're having new experiences by the game. And I think they deserve it. I don't know why you guys are all disliking the Thunder, because some guys are predicting this. Some guys were saying Shea's not the greatest, but Shea's up there. You know, and I think it's time. I think it's right for him to finally get that trophy underneath his belt. If Oklahoma City win, it's going to be incredible for the NBA, bro. It's going to be incredible. Even to be honest, either team wins for small markets, it's going to be incredible.
Just know, if Halliburton wins, you guys all have to admit that he's underrated. Because if you still rate him with the same rating that you rated him coming into this season, and he's gone and done this, there's a level of
do I have
you're missing something.
I think your level of him has to definitely be improved.
Has to go up.
It has to.
I'm not saying you have to think he's a superstar, but you have to think.
What do you mean? You have to think if he doesn't, he's just a hater at that point.
You just have him on star level then.
Yeah, I've just have him on star level.
Then
Bro.
that's a superstar.
He's just on star level because
Superstar.
if I look at so this is what I want to ask you guys: is Tyrese Halliburton a top 5 point guard in this league?
In the playoffs.
In the playoffs? Really?
That's what we said on Tuesday.
Really? You would select? There's only 4 guys you'd take before him. Okay, so who are the 4 you would take before him?
Shea's 1.
Okay,
Halliburton's 2, bro.
you're moving crazy.
Halliburton's 2 in this playoffs. Halliburton's 2.
Okay, everybody's healthy. Everybody's healthy. All the point guards in the world are healthy. He's a top 5 point guard.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
He's
I
not.
would say
He's not top 5.
I'm talking about in this playoff.
in playoffs. I'll say
Even in the playoffs, he's not top 5.
No, I'll say yeah. I don't say it's 3.
You say he's 3.
Yeah.
Who's the 2 you're taking in front of him?
Shea and Brunson.
Jesus.
Brunson, you can't put Brunson there.
So
No,
Luka's not better than him.
Luka.
Steph isn't better than him. This is what you man are saying.
As in, I'm saying like people that can do both sides of the ball. That's what I think is top. Like I don't say.
You think Tyrese Halliburton can do both sides of the ball?
He can do both sides.
He can do both. What do you think he only passes?
You won't believe me when I
Play
say this,
defense.
but he can play defense.
Tyrese Halliburton.
You won't believe me, but he can play defense.
Bro, please.
You won't believe me.
Please,
in my opinion, I think he can play defense.
What kind of defense is he playing?
It's like he's not a liability. Like if you put him on an ISO,
He's not a liability.
he will actually.
He's not
survive.
a liability. He's okay. Cool.
You can't say the same with Jalen Brunson.
Oh, that's because Jalen Brunson's 6 foot, bro. Give Jalen Brunson 4 more inches. He's not a liability.
Oh, now we're talking about giving people inches. This is why I'm tired of you, bro.
You're crazy work for me. Crazy work for me. But you know exactly what I mean. You know exactly what I mean. It's not.
That's crazy.
He's not a liability on defense. I don't know, but they hide him in pick and rolls.
You think so?
They hide him in pick and rolls. Like he's. I think he's a good team defender. He can defend his space. But if it's time for an ISO, I'm trying to get him in the action. People still hunt him. He might be better than Jalen Brunson. Cool, but Jalen Brunson's a very low bar. You know what I mean? Steph Curry is also a very low bar.
The thing is, in my opinion, the reason why I didn't say Luka or Steph.
Okay.
They cannot play defense whatsoever.
Steph can play defense. Don't ever do that to Steph.
Whoa.
I don't think
Steph Curry can play defense. Stephen Curry can play defense.
I don't
Stephen
think.
Curry can play. Steph gets for a guard. He gets excellent rebounds.
That's the fanboy in them.
Excellent rebounds. Bro owns his
Kyrie's
space.
a good defender.
Stop the cap! Stop the cap!
I can do it too.
No,
I
you
can
can't
do
do it.
it
Stop the
too.
cap. Stop the cap.
Kyrie's a good. He's a great
Bro,
defender.
see what I'm saying?
You have all defenses.
That's like
Guys,
saying.
what? Steph gets stops
When
on
you
his.
guys had an unstoppable team.
Other than guys are 6'5" plus,
Yeah,
Steph is useless against those guys.
That's like
Everybody else,
saying Garland is a good defender. Then
stop the cap. What are we
I'm telling
doing?
you.
What are we doing here?
I'm being serious.
No,
You tell me. You tell me what we're doing.
Steph Curry's a capable defender, bro.
He is
You can't run this
No.
narrative that Steph is a cone. Steph is not a
Bro.
cone on defense.
How many possessions have you seen Steph look at the ball against and he goes in? How many videos have you seen?
And then he starts running to the other side.
I told you if they're 6'5" plus, calm. If they're not, then he doesn't. Like the guy tries to bully him. It's alright because he's a guy that's a decent height, but guys try to bully him. It's not his fault if he's.
Kyrie has more hustle than Steph for sure on defense. That's 100% true.
Chat to him.
You man are talking about Steph, yeah?
Yeah.
When he had like defensive lineup. That's when that Golden State team had aura. That's when that.
Even this year, Steph is looking up, bro. Steph is sitting in that chair. This year, getting deflections, hustling, moving guys off their spots.
I can't lie, Steph. He has got better on defense.
There was a time he was the strongest on that team.
but-
He went into the gym and he came the strongest. Draymond Green was saying he's the strongest on the team. Steph Curry's the strongest on the team,
No,
bro.
Jimmy is looking at.
That's a real man that's giving a call, bro.
If Steph's not there, Draymond Green's not getting paid, bro. Don't do that.
I don't think he's being serious about that, bro.
Hey, all I know is I can see what I'm saying. Like he bought like 15 pounds of muscle one summer. All went into
And you
defense.
a guy.
All went into defense, bro. I'm just letting you know Steph Curry's that guy. Steph Curry's that guy. So
Yeah, no, I believe you.
back to the point.
He's top 100 for steals last this season.
Oh,
80
top
steals.
100.
80
Top
steals.
100.
He's top 50,
You
he's
man
top
will
50.
make up any
Yo,
stat.
if
How many people are in the NBA? 300. Top 100.
Elias, we
I
can do better than
don't, I
that.
don't see Kyrie.
Elias, we can do better than that. We can do better
You
than
might
that. We
as
can do
well
better
ask
than that.
ChatGPT.
We can do better than that.
Kyrie Evans 100.
Oh,
He's top 100.
so he's top 100.
We could do better than that. We could do better than that. But not Jalen Brunson. Tyrese Halliburton isn't top 5, man. Luka, I'll take Luka. I'll take Steph. Who else am I take?
bro, it's because
I'm gonna take James Harden.
it's because you're not a Laker fan, bro.
I'm gonna take.
I'm a Laker fan, and
You know what? He can be
That was
5.
harsh.
You know, maybe he can be 5.
No, if we're talking like proper like, or like just in the NBA right now, I'm not putting Hali at 2.
You know, put that too.
No,
Okay.
but this
He's not even top 5.
this playoffs, bro.
Oh, but this playoffs, he's.
He's 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what's this rating you're telling me that I should give him after if he wins the chip? What's his rating?
No, because you're saying he's overrated.
No,
Or-
I'm saying he's just a regular.
exactly.
I'm just saying he's
That's
just
you.
Okay, maybe he's not.
That's you underrating him,
He's
bro.
all star.
He's just a random, bro.
He's a random. That's got himself to the chip, bro.
He didn't get himself like, but he didn't get it by himself.
Yeah, okay,
bro.
but you take him out, that team. Like,
That team doesn't function the same.
That
Okay,
team doesn't.
cool. It doesn't function the same.
They're not getting anywhere else. You put any other player in the NBA in.
It's not the same without him. I'm 100. He's unique.
There's only
He probably
one
is
person.
The most unique player.
You could put Jokic in there, and you could probably get the same result.
It would be different.
There's
It would
no
look
one
different.
else in my head that I can think of.
It would look different, but there would be success. He's an MVP. He makes things work. But fair. I hear you. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not gonna live and die on this one. I'm not gonna live. Elias, how are you feeling about the series? What are you expecting to see?
6 games.
Okay.
And I genuinely could tell you which way it goes, but it's probably leading more towards OKC.
You think you couldn't tell me which way it goes? You think it's that close?
Yeah.
Really?
I think the Pacers have that like grit about them. They won't give up.
They won't. That's true. There's
Yeah, it's not exactly like it, but it's kind of like the Dallas Mavericks. Like not. It's not
which Dallas Mavericks?
the championship. It's more
2011?
parallel.
The last year's one.
2011.
Yeah. It's not. They're not like same stories. They're just like parallel lines running across each other.
It's an interesting analogy.
I would like to dig into more into that.
And who's Dirk?
I don't.
They're all like one.
Let's go see Siakam.
One Dirk.
Let's go see Siakam.
You got to put 3 of them together to make one Dirk.
I hear it. You know. I think it's gonna be interesting. Either way it goes, I think it's gonna be interesting. I don't see us getting many blowouts this series. I don't see. I'm gonna knock in wood that they don't. That they've been doing it.
Oh my god! Oh my!
I don't want to see it. You know, sometimes guys are telling me I'm a jinx. I don't want to see. I don't want to see any blowouts. I want it to be competitive ball all the way through, man. That's what I want to see, man.
I just hope there's no injuries, bro. I want it to be like a fair series.
Yeah.
That's true. Actually, both teams have actually managed to stay relatively. Actually, Neesmith said his ankle actually, but he's had almost like a week off now. So hopefully, though a sprained ankle is it's never.
They both had a week off, right? Because they both basically finished at the same time.
They played 2. They finished in 5. They beat them in 6. I think they had maybe a 2.
They played 2 or 3 more days.
Yeah,
But I
think they started later than that.
Less rest.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But
The Pacers better be watching film, man.
Facts.
they're watching film.
Because I know for sure OKC's watching film.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're always ready, man.
Like the level of
Always
that's
ready.
also one thing I want to speak about in terms of like the level of maturity on the Oklahoma City team is crazy, bro. For a team this young, the way that Shea has them all moving in, like guy won the MVP trophy just lost, and he came out, handled business, comes to the podium, job's not done, no smiling, no excitement, job's not done. We got work to do. Do you know what I mean? Everybody's composed, level-headed. They know what.
I mean, they pulled up with Rolexes.
I was about to say something. Like
So what?
they have their own immature side and their mature side. I've never seen a team like that before.
Okay.
Like they're young, of course, but we also see that they're young. Because you know, like after games, they throw towels in their court. Like all that stuff is just immature, but it's like they also have their edge to them where it's like they're very
on
serious.
the court you can't. Yeah, you can't
Killers.
listen.
It actually, I don't know. It works.
Is it
man.
yeah, because that's. Do you know? I think truly on that team they're full of competitors. All guys that just genuinely all just want to win and they know how to have fun. And I think everybody says they're like an AAU team. I think a part of it, the fun thing is because they all like to be around with each other. But when it comes to the greater goal, there's no doubt in them. I like when like for example when Chet came into the league, I didn't know if I was gonna like the guy. Personally, I didn't know I was gonna, because he seemed like one of those guys I was too cool for school, not many words, this and that. And like the way that he was getting hyped up, I was just like, I don't really know what his thing is. Then he broke his foot, and I was like, okay, I can't hate the guy. He's broke his foot. Let me rest. Then he came back next year, and him and Wemby were going at it. And I was looking at him, I was thinking, everybody's hyping this Wemby guy up, but really and truly, this Chet guy is also special. And I think we haven't, or maybe now we're seeing actually how truly special Chet is. Because even again, he got injured again this year, and he's hella resilient. He doesn't give too many words, and he's one of the ones that you said like he can be immature at times. But when it comes down to business, bro doesn't muck about.
Yeah.
He doesn't muck about. Like he's locked in, he's focused, and he's I think we're going to see. I know before we was asking like who's the second star on Oklahoma City. I don't think it matters. I do think Jalen Williams has said that he's number 2. I do think he has said that. Chet does have the ability to be number 2.
No, he's not.
Pardon?
He's not number 2 though.
I think that's partly because he wasn't healthy for a lot of the year. I think if he was healthy, I think it's neck and neck between two. In terms of talent, I would even probably say that Chet is more talented than Jalen Williams. I think he has a higher ceiling. Like he has that
Higher
KD,
ceiling, yeah.
that
Higher
KD
ceiling,
because
yeah,
defensively they're both incredible, but the rim protection that Chet offers you, that's just the gift of God in terms of the size that he is. It's just the gift of God. Oh, that's a very good title episode. Yeah. So my thoughts, I think Oklahoma City take it in 7. I want to see 7 games, so that's what I'm going to say.
If it gets to 7, I'm not even in the country.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, you can watch it abroad. I was actually, that's also one thing I'm sad about the Knicks. I'm going to New York soon. I was hoping they made it to the playoffs so I could see the parade. So I could see it, because if they took it to game 7, then that would be the 22nd.
That would have been sick.
Bro, I would have been mad, bro. I'd have been there. And I was saying there was going to be free food.
When Toronto won it one time, what was the...
What was it?
It was crazy, man.
Yeah.
It was packed. I remember like they like shut down the whole city. Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Imagine what the Knicks would do.
See what I'm saying? And I miss Crystal Palace's parade. See, I want to know what it feels like.
Because like
That was a good
it
thing.
literally became a Canadian like event. Like
Yeah.
shut it down.
All of Canada, they said, yeah, we got a chip, bro. And though now your team is
Yeah.
somehow, but actually,
hey, Kawhi Leonard, if you're watching this, bro, you suck.
It's not, bro. He gave you. What
I
do you mean?
thought you were gonna say come back. I was like,
I'm down. I'm kidding. Come back, bro. Come back.
Bro, he's done.
No, we
He's
need you right
done,
now. We
he's
need you
done.
right now.
But you know, I ain't got much else to say, guys. Any final thoughts? So you guys just, I'm excited, man. This playoffs has been, looking at it as a whole, this playoff has been very exciting. It's been very surprising in a lot of ways. The young guys have really stepped up. The young guys have really matured, and some health has had to come into play. I'm sad about Jason Tatum. Still hoping you get healthy soon, bro. Are you always laughing when I mention my boy?
no,
Don't do that.
Kyrie, I hope you get healthy soon as well. We got a chip to win next year. Let's get it.
Curry waiting for you as well.
Can't lie though.
Come on,
Jeff
bro.
42. That's surprising.
Who?
Before he got injured. 42. Tatum.
Oh, Tatum.
Yeah.
He's that guy, bro. They were gonna beat the Knicks.
What was that? 40?
Yeah.
Bro, he was gonna drop 50 points in the Garden, bro. He was. That's what he's on.
It's okay.
Don't send me on
It's okay.
let me not go on a tangent.
Because I could say how the Mavs could have been where the Knicks are.
Don't start.
Yo, next year.
Next year, for real though.
Next year.
Bundle
If Coop wants to play, he can play, or we can trade him. We'll get something solid.
They got Kyrie, Thompson, Cooper, AD,
Lively.
Half.
Yeah, bro.
Mate, I'm happy that Luka.
Harry's not gonna come back till like at least March, bro. But say no more. And I hope you know that he's gonna be having to learn how to trust.
See,
his
look
legs.
at him.
I'm just telling the truth. I'm not just telling the
Imagine
truth.
if JT had an ACL.
Don't do that. He ruptured his Achilles. What do you mean, bro? His whole Achilles is gone. No, it's not gone anymore.
I pray he comes back like
He's
KD.
back. Shout out, Deuce just finished first grade as well. Shout out my guy.
That's crazy, Glaze.
Shout out Kyrie. New banger outside. New banger out.
What do you mean new bang out?
You
What?
released a new song. Listen to that. You know?
Kyrie Irving, you released music. Even though one song.
Stream it. We can do the fanboy thing, you know.
Nah, let's not do the fanboy thing. It's alright. But I'm praying for health for all the guys, you know what I mean? But guys, you know what it's been, man. We've been in the hoop. We're gonna catch you guys later. Come on. In there.
Yes, sir.
Oh man. What a time.
Inches really, Olu?
That was you set up. You set up. That was all you, bro.
Nah, you said number one as well, but I didn't want to laugh. You're like, he's it. And then he's wide. I was like,
Nah, you guys are mucking about. I was just. We're describing physical attributes. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say?
You said you give him inches.
Yeah, you give him 4 more inches.
I'm gonna edit that one.
I'm just telling you.
I'm gonna clip that.
I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just telling you the truth. If you give him a little bit more height, he's gonna show you something. That's just the facts of the matter.